Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In our previous lessons, we learned how to define project scope, develop the work breakdown structure, and create the project schedule. Those planning activities answer two important questions: what works needs to be done, and when should it be completed? Today's lesson answers the third question: how much will the project cost? Every organization has limited financial resources. Before approving a project, executives need confidence that the estimated costs are realistic and that sufficient funding has been planned. Today, we'll discuss two important project management processes: estimate cost and determine budget. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand how individual cost estimates become an approved cost baseline, which serves as the foundation for measuring project performance in our next lesson on earned value management. So let's begin with the estimate cost process. PMBOK defines estimate cost as the process of developing an approximation of the monetary resources required to complete project activities. Notice the word approximation. At this stage, we're developing the best estimate possible using the information currently available. As more information becomes available during the project, those estimates may be refined. One common misconception is that cost estimating begins with numbers. It doesn't. It begins with understanding the work. Before we estimate cost, we need to know what work needs to be completed, who will perform the work, how long will it take, what materials, equipment, and other resources are required, what risk could affect project cost. These answers come from the planning documents we have already developed throughout this course, including the scope statement, work breakdown structure, activity list, resource requirements, duration estimates, and risk register. Rather than reviewing each document again, the important point is this: accurate cost estimates depend on accurate planning. If the scope is incomplete or the schedule is unrealistic, the project budget will most certainly be inaccurate. So now that we know what information is needed, the next question becomes, how do managers estimate cost? We actually discussed these techniques before. During our schedule development lesson, we used the same techniques to estimate activity duration. During our Zoom session, we worked through the calculations for three-point estimating, including the expected duration and standard deviation. Because we have already covered the calculations, I won't repeat them here. The important point is that the methodology doesn't change, only the unit of measure changes. In schedule management, we estimate time. In cost management, we estimate money. Briefly, the four techniques are: analogous estimating uses information from similar projects; parametric estimating uses historical data and mathematical relationships; three-point estimating, also known as PERT, considers optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic estimates to account for uncertainty; bottom-up estimating estimates individual activities or work packages before combining them into the total project cost. The estimating technique selected depends on the information available, the complexity of the project, and the level of accuracy required. So once we have estimated the cost of individual activities, the next question becomes, how do we combine those estimates into one approved project budget? This is the purpose of determined budget process. PMBOK defines determined budget as the process of aggregating the estimated cost of individual activities or work packages to establish an authorized cost baseline. The key word is aggregating, which simply means combining smaller estimates into larger management totals. As shown in this slide, we move from activities to work packages to control accounts and finally establish the cost baseline after adding contingency reserves. The cost baseline becomes the approved budget against which project performance will later be measured. So this slide illustrates how a project budget is built from the bottom up. We begin with activity estimates. Every activity has its own estimated cost. Those activities are grouped into work packages, which represent the lowest level of the work breakdown structure where cost is planned, estimated, and managed. Multiple packages are then rolled up into control accounts, allowing project managers to monitor cost at a higher level. When all control accounts are combined, we obtain project estimates. However, projects always involve uncertainty. Some risks are already known, such as potential weather delays or material price increases. To address this known risk, we add contingency reserves. Once these reserves are included, we establish the cost baseline. The cost baseline is the approved budget used to measure project performance, but projects may also face unknown risk, even that couldn't reasonably be anticipated. To address those, organizations establish a management reserve. Remember these two relationships. Known risks are used for contingency reserves. Unknown risks are used for management reserve. And one final distinction, cost baseline is equals to project estimates plus contingency reserve. Project budget is equals to cost baseline plus management reserve. This slide summarizes the relationship we have just discussed. The cost budget consists of two components, the cost baseline, which represents the approved project work, and the management reserves, which provides funding for unforeseen events. One important PMP concept to remember is that project performance is measured against the cost baseline, not against the project budget. So finally, I'd like to connect today's lessons with everything we have studied so far. Throughout this course, we have developed three important project baselines. The scope baseline defines what the project will deliver. The schedule baseline defines when the project will be completed. Today's lesson introduces the cost baseline, which defines how much the approved work should cost. Together, these three baselines form the performance measurement baseline. Think of it as the project's approved roadmap. It's established it establishes the expected scope, schedule, and cost against which actual project performed will be measured. The becomes the foundation of our new topic, the earned value management. So let's conclude with three key takeaways. First, accurate budget begins with accurate planning. Second, individual activity estimates are aggregated into the work packages, control accounts, and ultimately the cost baseline. Finally, the cost baseline becomes part of the performance measurement baseline, which allows project managers to measure project performance through execution. In our next lesson, we will build directly on today's discussion by introducing the earned value management, where we'll use the performance measurement baseline to determine whether a project is on budget, on schedule, and ex- forecast its expected final cost. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lecture.